Hello? There we go. Okay. Cool. Doing the bounty. Kill some ghosts. And photograph guys.
Welcome back. You are here to collect a bounty, huh? Whose death am I recording? From the depths of my soul, I thank you. May their poor souls find peace in their rest. Perfetto! That's all of them! As am I. At last I can turn my attention to more important things. Oh, how I've missed my research. Oh, please take this. It's from my personal collection of essence-infused oddities. I have a feeling you will find it of more use than I would.
Going to stare. Thought he was here. Is he? Apothecary shop. Thought it was here. Pretty sure he was in Paradise somewhere. Hansa, where are you? I know you're here somewhere. I'll find you. I give you something, I think. Thought he was here. Maybe not. Shop. Be up here. For measures, no. It's probably not.
I'm glad those sparrowhawks are gone, but I'm not sure these Adiran guards that showed up are any better.
Smell on me?
At least they do them as garage warriors. Tell me about it. Very true. Look at the class. All that honor.
The smell? I get too deep. It's been a while since I've been in this area. Where do I go to get to the part of the city? Up here? I'm gonna keep walking around because I don't know where I'm going. That is.
Let's sleep. They look worried for someone.
That is me playing this game in a nutshell. It's me walking around, not knowing where I'm going, eventually stumbling upon the right place. Which I know there's map markers, but for this specifically, there's not map markers, and so I'm a little lost. I'm gonna keep walking around until I find something that goes. Yeah, that's it. Actually, looks kind of similar to where I'm going. I feel like there's a way to get into. Okay, there's a door here, and I'm not anywhere near that door, so I need to turn around.
No, no. I need something that says
Look at me. I'm finding where I'm going. I'm doing it. That was a long time coming, but I finally did it. Let's see. Now, I'm pretty sure there's a shop in here that I'm looking for. Sansa. There. See, I'm not crazy. I knew he was over here. Sansa, I got a gift for you.
You're back. Fletcher. Oh, I was sure she would be safe. Her maps were so meticulous. She even made her own ink. Please, keep searching. I'm sure the others will turn up soon.
Alright, so that was it. Nothing. You've given me nothing. Sick. Thanks for nothing, Sansa. I'm out. Back to the Living Lands. Alright, let's see where we're gonna go now. Treasure map. I'll come across it later. Bounties are done. A, B, C, or D? D is closed. Oh. Walking over to D. Going to the D. To the D. D. Da-da-da-da. The one thing I don't like about this game is I can take whatever I want. Like Skyrim, which everyone's going to compare this to. There's like a whole stealth option and stealing and all this stuff, and this game just doesn't have that. It's unfortunate.
What
Like
would
no
be
reactions for me,
bad
like
life?
walking in, just like picking up everything I want. And then selling it to anybody that's nearby. And the shopkeepers are bottomless. They just have all the money. But I don't want to sell both ones. Alright, I lost D. There's my D.
What do you mean that's all you
Oh,
got?
that's optional.
Last week you said there'd be grain.
I know what I said, but we only have so much to go around.
Are the monsters starving as well?
Well,
Or are they
there's
sipping tea?
an actual quest about
Take it
stealing
up with the
stolen, or
governor.
talking about
I
stolen
don't make
food.
the rules. Go home. Lay traps in the woods and pray for game. Listen, if you need food, you're going to have to get in line like everyone else. I had noticed food missing. But I would normally let this sort of thing slide, but right now, it... Ah, thank you. Look, I'm happy. I should have known. I don't hold this against her. Rosanna truly has Fiore's best interests at heart, even if her priorities are out of order. Thank you for returning the food. It's a small thing, but it's a big deal to us.
The people needed this food more than the dead do. You made the right choice.
Yeah, well, I had to. Everyone was starving. I'm trying to just put this food in the ground. Dan Rad's not about that. Alright, Dan Rad, he believes in everyone getting their fair share. Or at least not starving if they can't. contributor. Alright, so that's going back to town. Where do these other places go? Elia. Elia? Elia? Go to Elia? Let us see. Elia, I'm coming. Coming to say hi to you. Hello.
Envoy, a pleasure as always.
That's trippy. In the back of the zombie guy, he's kind of losing a lot of frames there. Like a very low quality GIF.
Giata Castel wants my professional opinion. What an honor.
What is happening
I
right
have a
now?
few theories, but no firm conclusions. I have to ask, is it true? Did Vidaro kick her out of town? Especially when a renowned animancer is shouting at the top of her lungs in the streets of yore. Very well. I'll tell you what I know about the Dream Scourge. But first, I'm up to my ears in chores around here, and the Raven, they can't do complicated tasks, you see. Anyway, I'm afraid the time has come to put down poor Silvo. You did? That was quick.
Yeah, I kind of stumbled in there.
He was a
And he
bright
attacked
young
me.
revenant, but a very old man. Thank you for giving him peace. So, the Dream Scourge. I've been keeping an eye on the readings from my fields. This plague, as we know it, is a recent development. But I believe whatever causes it is older by far. Maybe even as old as the living lands. The exotic plants and animals, the twisted landscape, the Dream Scourge. They have a common ancestor. There's something about the essence in the living lands that's different from anywhere else I've seen. And end up like Giata? No, thank you. The corpses, they need me. Not to get too superstitious, but in these troubled times, the arrival of a godlike is no coincidence. You are meant to be here. Toward what end, only you can say. Well, I'm happy to give her some. You and Giata are going to shake things up. As for me, I'll be keeping a close eye on my flock.
Oh, and thank you for the nightmare fuel. I really have been sleeping entirely too well lately.
I'm remembering why people find this place unsettling.
I don't know these people. It just tells me to go there. I don't know what their names are. Who is Manto? Who is Yvette? Who is Remy? I don't know.
Did you hear the Giato? Remy, look what I found. A genuine godlike.
Do you think they can hear us?
Let's find out. Hello, me, Yvette. You friend? Remy, take a note. The endangered godlike's vacant gaze betrays an unquenchable thirst for violence.
And
We
Rad,
heard that Giada
you would
partnered
never
up
be
with an
violent.
outsider, but I had no idea you were a godlike. Fascinating.
Gossip is an important part of scholarly research. It's the only way to stay ahead of the competition.
Giata must have sent you to be our
Confused.
test
They were
subject.
just talking
She
to me like
knows
I
how we
wouldn't
adore
understand
your kind.
English.
Satisfy our curiosity and we'll give you everything Giada needs to
And
finish her research.
now there's
Deal?
like no reaction to me actually speaking to them.
Let's begin the examination. If you could choose, who or what would you be in your next life? Next time you go around the wheel, you might not get so lucky. Ooh, good answer.
My turn. Some would call you blessed. Others would call you cursed. The fact remains, you were touched by the gods. Wouldn't you say that you owe something to the rest of us? So, you believe we need your help. Interesting.
Oh, I thought of another. We all know that godlike can't reproduce. How do you plan on leaving a legacy after you're gone?
I didn't know that. Find out lore from having conversations with
Very optimistic, aren't we? I think that covers everything. Thank you for that brilliant insight, godlike. You're a credit to your dwindling kind.
So, Giada wants to know all about the Dream Scourge, yes? Such has been her research of late. Do you want the good news or the bad news?
There's no cure for the Dream Scourge, much in the way that there's no cure for an avalanche.
Giada will be interested to learn that the Dream Scourge cannot just be studied in a lab. Its nature is wild, so it has to be studied in the wild. Our machines and experiments would meddle with it too much.
And like anything affecting the soul, it must be connected to essence. Thus, if she wishes to discover more about the Dream Scourge, a Pillar of Adra would be a good place to start.
Ah, of course. The idea is a bit high-minded. Adra acts like a pathway for souls as they rejoin the wheel.
And the Dream Scourge is a plague of the soul, is it not?
Another
So,
thing about Skyrim,
just as Adra channels essence,
and I keep on
so
mentioning
too
it in
may
this,
provide a key to
this
discovering
gameplay
more
of
about the
Avowed,
Dream Scourge.
if people are talking down to you, you could just kill them. Like important NPCs, didn't matter. They talk down to you, attack them. Whole city might chase you, but you could attack them. Guess what I can't do with these guys?
An entity, you say? If this entity is your patron, that's all perfectly natural. But if it's something else, with enough essence and a capable animancer, perhaps you could trace this tether back to its source.
Right, and with a little fresh soccer, you can follow an ogre back to its lair. Still wouldn't recommend it.
Just be careful that your tether doesn't snap back and kill you in the process.
Now that we've researched the mind of a godlike, the next step is anatomy. But we've taken enough of your time. Farewell.
Hurry, before they change their mind.
See? Can't do anything to them. You slash right through them, doesn't do anything.
Those were the ones we needed?
There's no consequences for your actions. It's just you can do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. But there it also doesn't let you face the consequences. You can't do the things that would normally make you punished, like killing people. And that's frustrating. And you know, I think a big part of it is Obsidian is stretched very thin, and I think that the game is fine, but mostly the game it's missing like these like core elements that just kind of like breaks that immersion just a little bit. There's a max pursuit distance, so like if you're fighting enemies and you go outside their range, And you know, Destiny had this too. Like Destiny 1 had that as well, where if you like walked outside of range, they would just turn around and then you could just shoot them in the back. And you know, I get it because it's probably a lot more programming to get it so they go outside their range, like it has a a radius. But I don't know. I feel like that I'm missing that. I feel like the radius could be a lot larger. Let's look at this brown bear, for instance. I'm gonna go up to this brown bear. I'm gonna give him a little slash. I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna back up. And see, he's already stopped. Pursuing my teammates, but not me. And it still has the red circle at the top. So I wonder, let's see if they go down if he comes after me. I don't think he will. Actually, I'm pretty positive he's not going to. But we'll see. There's also a lot of bears in this game. While we're watching this, as my teammates slowly, or Kai's almost dead. Oh, he's coming.
I can't.
Right, Kai's down. Kai's back up. Well, that's a terrible example because the bear is just attacking, and I can't actually. I don't have to fight. This is the hardest difficulty, by the way. Just sitting, watching my squad mates kill this bear on the hardest difficulty, not having to lift a finger. There, he keeps looking at me, but he's not coming over here. And he's about to die, and I slashed him one time. Well, there's some mushroom guys. Well, this is a spectator sport. I'm just watching. Oh, he followed me. Let's see if he follows me. Yep. See how he turned around right there? See that? That's my point. There's a max follow distance. Alright, Kai's down. Let's see. Let's see if Marius will go down too. I can give you an example of that follow distance I was talking about. Or pursuit distance, not follow distance. Pursuit distance. Alright, so he's down. Alright. He's going to look at me. Oh, he's coming. Oh, he got me with the poison. Oh my god. Alright. As you can see, he's not pursuing me. Oh. Do I stand corrected? Oh, he's coming. Shooting projectiles at me. I don't know if that really counts. Oh. He killed me, though. He killed me. He killed me with the projectiles. So, you know, maybe I'm wrong. I miss. Oh, I hear a chest. Did I miss this when I was here last? Did. What tiny chest?
say he's still there. Lying with the staff. It's a shame, a crying shame. A shame, yes.
Well, my research is a little skewed there. I feel like the bear was still pretty accurate, but with the guy with the projectiles, he definitely stopped pursuing me, but he was also throwing stuff at me. So I don't know. I guess his melee pursuers more of an example. Although I was playing this and there's this part where there's a bunch of enemies around and there was a bear. There was like 3 bears. And I was in an area where they couldn't get me, and I was like trying to use my wand at the time in magic. And then the bear, swear to God, shot a little, I don't even know, like a sonic blast at me. So I guess the bears aren't actual bears, or there's something else. I haven't really explored that lore yet. So I don't know, maybe we'll find out that the bears are not bears. Maybe they're the whole part of this dream scourge. There's just a lot of bears. There's like I've seen a lot of bears in the game before, and that was Dragon Age Inquisition, and they were sponges essentially. So, and it's kind of similar. The bears have a lot of health, and they do a lot of damage, and apparently they shoot sonic blasts. Which I would say the Dragon Age Inquisition, they didn't shoot sonic blasts, but they were a slog to try to kill. Going to Motto. Motto. You're not in here, you're around the corner instead. To Motto.
Founded machine. Oh, I heard there was a new arrival, but I didn't expect a godlike. Welcome to our modest workshop.
Your glasses are ridiculous. I just want you to know that. They look funny.
Giada, what a loss. I owe that young woman more than I could ever repay. Unfortunately, I cannot do a lick of research while my equipment is underpowered and overworked. Ha! A
Sounds like a
novel
quest.
idea, that. What I need is a stronger power source. Copper allows greater power modulation through shaping, but Adra has the potential to store more essence. I could use a large single block of Adra, but harvesting it is difficult in this environment. Oh, wait. One of our rangers reported that an Adragon recently died in a western grove. Indeed, but that well is almost dry. I need more. An Adragon's heart can hold an immense amount of essence. The grove is to the west, across the chasm. You can't miss it. The rangers say a Delamgan queen holds court there. You may be able to retrieve it without violence, but most Delamgan in these parts are hostile to Keith. So you can understand why none of us went.
So a little
over there
backstory
to find
for
it
this
when
quest
we
he's
heard
asked me to
Adragon
go on.
died.
I was exploring
Delamgan queens
the entire
can
map,
be reasoned with, so
and I
if you
came
want to
across
get
this
the
queen,
heart peacefully, try not to kill
and I
her
did
guards.
not get it peacefully. She is dead. Dan Rad has killed her. I didn't know that was a major quest thing. But apparently it was. And she's dead now. But I have her heart thing that I was supposed to get. So I guess I'm going to go place the machine.
Well, aren't you full of surprises?
You have all heard the legends of Andra and Sinbalapa, an explanation that the goddess love for the moon causes the tides, and as man and woman of science, we know this to be but a shadow of truth. Yet there is another myth that we have been quicker to dismiss, and I wonder if it does not merit further examination. Andrites tell of a smaller moon, Ione Bratha. The goddess supposedly pulled from the sky in an earlier age, and while such a thing seems impossible, for Ione Bratha still roams the skies above, it is true that explorers in the far reaches have found mineral fragments that do not naturally occur on any known continent in the Aora. Furthermore, naturalists in Edir, in Rautai, and the Dryerwood have observed the remains of ancient ocean life many miles inland. Such a thing would only be possible if Aora's oceans had once been larger. Or as I here propose, if a catastrophic flood had once washed over the continents, while few phenomena could cause a flood of this magnitude, a large body falling into the seas just might do the trick. In these pages I will explain how some force of nature, if not an amorous goddess, could have pulled a small moon into Aora millennia ago. Some lore for you. It's the voice that I had in my head. Whenever I read journals, it's just like an old, elderly, like, man, you know, like, think Dumbledore in, like, Harry Potter 1 and 2. That's like the voice in my head every single time. Not, you know, not the angry Dumbledore in the later movies, but the Dumbledore, Richard Harris.
The Adra is healthy. It's the essence I'm concerned with.
I know this is, yeah, it's Michael Gambon is the other one. Yeah. Perfect Harry Potter, or sorry, perfect Dumbledore from the books. Like that was the Dumbledore I had in my mind. Michael Gambon, he did fine, but he was very angry. Like I feel like he kind of had like a more sinister Dumbledore, and I don't feel like that Dumbledore was sinister in the books. Not really. A lot to read. If anybody was here, I would read it to you, but no one is here.
What do you think of Giatta's theory?
Well, my experiments have been a little...
unpredictable. Like, the essence has no sense of direction. How did you know? We should talk, but not here.
What's his name? Oh. Speaking with Manto. I feel like he has a name that just kind of rolls off the tongue so well.
It feeds our crops, enriches the soil, and fuels our experiments. So where is the source of the river?
So many books.
What have we read
I feel like if they didn't put so much effort into books, they could have put more effort into like the pursuit distance. You know, just those little things that Or like, I don't know, a stealth system, for instance. And like not just a stealth system where like, oh, you can stealth around enemies and they won't see you, but like a stealth system and when you're stealing stuff and you're like, hey, you're not supposed to be in here. Get out. And then the cops get called on you if you're stealing stuff from people's pockets. None of that. Not a single bit of that.
You're very resourceful, and a more than capable companion for poor Giada. The court of Adir must be a very unusual place. Now that I've got a heart, my thirsty invention will drink deeply of its essence. All that's left to do is calibrate it. First things first, let's have a look at your soul. I'm going to ask some questions to induce a metaphysical quiver. No, not to worry, just testing your reflexes. Let's start with an easy one. You wake up on a beach, looking up into the sun. Your hands are covered in blood.
My hands are covered in blood. That doesn't sound good. I mean, my hands won't be bloody if I can't see them. If I look into the sun, my eyes burn out, right?
All right. Let's try some word association. Tell me the first thing that comes to mind. Pendulum.
Pendulum. I mean, none of these are the first thing that came to my mind. But I guess if I were to pick, it'd be clock.
Chrysalis.
Spark ignites a flame. An idea ignites a war.
Hello? You still with me? Strange. Shouldn't feel anything in the physical sense. No matter. Let's go over your results. Your soul is like a piece of sea glass. All the edges are smoothed down. Quite beautiful, really. Your godlike nature is a marvel to behold.
It's because I'm Dan Rad. I got mushroom on my face.
God, my condolences. Those two are a handful, even for animancers. What I see is something entangled about your soul. An outside presence that both is and isn't a part of you. It's old, dark, and rather tricky to pin down. Very interesting. That would be closer to Giata's area of expertise. I'm sure she'd love to give you a look. Fascinating. Thank you for getting my machine calibrated again. But you came for Giata's theory of the Dream Scourge. Between the two of us, she's on to something. Our farms are in great peril. The essence has been drained from the land. Diverted, like the flow of a river. Exactly. And if I know essence, it can. As much as I hate giving people bad... Please give Giata my fondest regards.
Keep looking, huh? I'm getting a bad feeling about what we'll find.
Yeah, I'll be honest. He lost me when he started talking about souls. What did I miss?
I'm offline. I'm supposed to be streaming on here. Unfortunate. Da-da-da-da. Loading on Firefox. Get it together. Well, it's been almost an hour. I'll give it 3 minutes. Loading Firefox is killing Oh, new computer.
I hope you. Where there's animancy, there's bound to be lightning.
Yeah.
And you got his machine up and I helped Monto after his wife died. She was brilliant, and he took the loss hard. I'm going to miss him. I hope you had an enlightening... Elia is one of my favorite neighbors, second only to Quilici. When her best farmhand got stuck up a tree, I got him down in one piece. Well, several pieces. I've always looked up to her. I hate to admit it, but I saw that one coming. Those two don't get out much. When Ignacy took away their research funding, I pulled some strings to get it back. He told me I was a fool, but they'll prove him wrong someday. I have faith. Sounds like you've met with everyone. We're ready to get started. So, did you learn anything of particular interest? That's the fun part of metaphysics. Everything is strange, but nothing is new. Look at us. Barely even started, and already we're making progress. Monto's machine is working, Elia will keep an eye on her revenants, and Yvette and Remy are providing us an alibi. I needed those animancers for more than their expertise. Monto's invention nullifies spiritual interference. Having it up and running means we won't get any false signals. Whenever I tap into an Adra pillar, Elia's farmhands tend to get a little bitey. Thanks to you, they won't be a problem. And then there's Yvette and Remy, the governor's eyes and ears. In exchange for privacy, I gave them a test subject. I'd call that a good day's work.
I feel like your mouth isn't moving to the words that you're saying.
Animancy takes a lot of preparation. We might only have one chance to run through an experiment. Now we just need the right equipment for the job. When my parents died, they left me their life's work. An invention like no other. The phantasmal focus. Think of it as a spiritual tuning fork, or a dowsing rod. It has many functions, some more obvious than others. The problem is it's in the basement. I haven't gone down there since the accident. Since they died.
I'm sure everything's fine. It's just
Are
a
there
spooky death basement.
bodies still down
I would get
there?
it myself, but
And just
I'm
decomposing?
not ready to face what's down there. The door to the basement is just outside, around the corner. Of course you'll need a key. Please excuse the mess.
That's where
Sure.
her parents died. I'm glad we can spare her from having to go back.
Okay, walking into the basement of an animancer I just met. Right, feels great.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this either. Feel like we're gonna see decomposing parent bodies. But let's find out.
Don't know what I expected, but this isn't it.
Haven from the blight. Who grows here?
Tugiata. I leave my mother's amulet. The only piece of the Valian republics I took from home. My one condition is that she'd wear it as a reminder that we all come from somewhere. May she find comfort in a chain that binds the present to the past. I leave her also the house, the laboratory, and our inventions. Yes, all of them. With no conditions or expectations to weigh her down. Forgive us. That's a lot to read. A fitting that we know the god of cycles, doorways, mortality, and inevitability as Barath, while Valens know this very same god as Serono. Or if nothing else, Barath teaches us that duality exists in all things. There is life in death, and death in life. Embrace this duality, and you honor Barath. In the ruins, Glanfath, Barath is depicted in the form of two semi-skeletal figures, one male, one female, Unin I Anku, and Anku I Bunin, literally life in death and death in life in the Glanfathan tongue. Male and female, inside and outside, life and death. We often think of Barath by imagining two sides of coin, or the two endpoints of a journey. It's said that Barath has the most petitioners of every god, and this likely true. Who amongst us has not prayed for the cycle to hiccup? Who has not in a moment of sadness yelled at Barath, make an exception for our fallen loved ones? Barath may not rescue our loved ones, but it answers our prayers in its own divine way. Barath is the god that makes life end in death, and it is also the god that makes death end in life. Barath, Serono, Benun, Anku, Banun, whichever the many names you prefer to use deserves our prayers, for it has given us the promise of life's eternal renewal. A lot of books. Lot of books. Giata, I believe the dead. Shouldn't check well. I feel like Giata should have come down here. There's a lot of things that are just left to her that she didn't know about. Experiments and laboratories. Do. Take all this stuff. There's been quiet lately, so I know he's worried about the experiment. Clear the daughter's cut off from this other family. I mean, just imagine, like, writing all this information down, just, like, daily, and your kid finds it, and it's about them. Or if you were, like, a kid, and you found all this information about yourself and your dead parents. Oh,
Pretty certain that those people
they're actually here.
supposed to be plants.
Wait,
What a
are they tree people? I don't understand.
Reborn, a life of peace.
She a tree person? Like a tree beard? Groot?
Guys, we can leave now, right?
Poor Giada. To think she's been living with this right under her nose.
Well, they got flowers on them. At least they're clothed, kind of. More than I can say for Groot. Marvel Rivals fans out there? I referenced that game. You're welcome.
I don't. Anyone know what happened back there?
I think those were Giada's parents. Whatever's left of them.
So they're dead?
Or something like that.
They're tree people.
Gods, I can't believe this.
They're tree people that I guess they're frozen. They get rooted to the ground or something. Maybe they couldn't eat something. I don't know. I don't know how tree people work. Usually they can walk. 'Cause they got more of the people than the tree side. Got the bark on the outside of them, but then
You
the
actually found my
tree
inheritance. Did you see my mother and father?
movement
Are they
from
still
people.
there?
The tree people. Nah, that makes sense. Working the logic in my head, it makes sense.
I'm sorry. For what it's worth, I don't think you were in any danger. All that's really down there is an unhappy memory. One that keeps on growing.
Because they're tree people, get it?
Quilici thought so too. Even Ignacy offered to lend a hand. But I forbade it. My mother had an idea about how to use the essence of the living lands. And it destroyed her. My father. Our family.
People are too quick to risk everything for an ideal. I'm sorry it didn't work out for your family.
So I swore an oath. No one could enter the lab until I understood what happened. I'm on the right track to figuring it out, which is almost as good. Enough about me. Let's worry about you for a change. With the phantasmal focus, I can finally tap directly into the essence of the living lands. I can also use it to smack around anyone who gets in our way.
Yeah, let's do it.
The only thing we're missing now is an Adra pillar. And I know the perfect one. Naku Tedek, the old godless ruin west of Fjord. There should be some equipment waiting for us. Before we head out, let's make the most of our time in Fjord. No telling how long we'll be gone. I almost forgot. Someone gave me a letter for you. They said it was for the Envoy's eyes alone. You, my new friend, are full of surprises. And I hate to be a problem, but I do my best work in small groups. Chalk it up to performance anxiety.
I can only have 2 followers? Man. I was hoping I was going to have 3. Alright.
Sounds good. I need to do some hunting anyway.
Once we're all
Marius.
together, we should trade ghost stories. Best way to get acquainted. In the meantime, let's be off.
Alright. I think this is a good place to call it. Thanks for watching. If you watched during the stream, if not, thanks for watching the past videos. I'm gonna keep trying to make more content that's I don't know, more creative, I guess, instead of just like streaming gameplay. And try to like, do some editing and just need to find some clips that are watchable. That would be fun to watch. That I feel like would be encapsulate what I'm trying to do with this. But stay because I plan on doing something that you enjoy once I. Thanks for watching. Have a good night, everyone, and